So there we go. Race number 22 on the programme for the weekend. Anthony, at this race, you're going to have a bit of a tan on by the end of the day.
You know what? We've said this many, many times. I don't tan, Henry. I get sunburnt.
You go from zero to lobster in 30 seconds. You do. Now, again, we have to say that we're joined here by our local commentator, Joe Bradley, who's a sports car, the doyen of sports car commentary racing. There's something that I haven't done today, Anthony.
What's that?
Live on air. Got the cable tie in. That is 3 out of 3. The last 3 rounds. Oh, dear. Well, it's not, Anthony, it's not my electronic equipment that you've just spoiled.
I didn't spoil it. I got you top. There we go.
For those of you wondering, the Alpha Live will be advertising a job vacancy for a co-commentator for the British Kart Championship later on this week. So, moving on. Rotax 177. Deary me.
I just thought you were looking a little warm, Henry.
Well, yeah. Anyone who thought they were remotely professional, the illusion has been shattered.
Yeah, no, we're not professional in any way, shape,
now,
or form.
Having a look. Now, I did it. Sam Winter, I believe, he said, I think I'm the oldest driver in the paddock. I was like, really? He was 40 this year. So we're wondering if there's any drivers there older than 40. I mean, karting is a bit of a young man's game, sadly, nowadays. I'm far too old and no heavy for it. But have we got 7 karts or 6 karts out on the circuit? We have 6. I can't see the number 29 Strawberry Racing kart of championship leader Dan Tate. He was very, there's Gary Sang, Matthew Easton's mechanic. Let's have a little look. Now, the number 29 kart of Dan Tate. I can't see him out there at all.
Just admiring your wet patch, Henry.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right. I'm admiring the red welt on your arm, Anthony. So, Henry Ayres last year took the win in the final, a dramatic final, which was a wet-dry race, and that propelled him towards the championship. No, look at that. Nothing. Carry on.
Right, okay. I thought you were mid-flow there. You were talking. Well, there we go. Yeah, so Matthew Easton just at the front of this pack on this one. So, like we were saying, we don't have Dan Tate, championship leader. So, right.
Ah, all right. Okay.
In terms of points.
You're sacked.
Right, okay.
Harry Friel.
Harry Friel. I'll do the commentary.
There we are.
There we go. You can, Harry Friel, I'll more than happily have you join me in the commentary box, and Henry can be replaced. So that's fine.
Well, yeah. So championship situation coming into today. Dan Tate was 19 points ahead of Louis Large. He finished 6th in the first race. In the pre-final today, and I'm just having a little look there. There's 4 karts there.
Is there 3 on that side?
There should be 3 on this side. Have I miscounted? Have I completely miscounted? Let's have a look at the other side of the grid. There's 4 karts there. Let's look across.
No, there's only 2 karts there.
Right. So Dan Tate. First things first. I hope that Dan Tate's okay.
Yeah.
Hope that he's going to get himself better. He can drop he can drop the 0 from today. From the final. He can drop the 0, the points he scored for finishing 6th in the first day. So they're 2 of his dropped scores. He dropped 3 scores overall. We can have So let's just hope that he's okay. That is the main thing that we're concerned with. That Dan is all right and he's going to be okay for the final. Let's have a look at the starting lineup.
Let's do that indeed, of course. Only 6 karts then will be taking to the grid on this one. Henry Ayres and Matthew Easton will start on that front row from Louis Large and Jack McConnell running out row number 2. Callum Porter and Dan Tate won't be there, unfortunately, on that 3rd row, meaning Sam Winter, I don't think moves up. He stays on that 4th row, doesn't he?
Sam Winter stays put on the inside there. He's got his rear bumper fully reattached, the roof rack racing driver.
Look at that.
Daniel Tate, 681 points. Louis Large, 662. Matthew Easton, 657. Henry Ayres has only got 486. But Henry Ayres is, due to not drop any points. He's carrying every single score he's gained this year because he's dropped 3 scores for missing Mansell. Down to 6 drivers. It's an all KR Sport front row. Henry Ayres looking for a 6th Rotax 177 victory. This is the start of 2019 in what would be his last trip here to Warden Law before he retires at the end of the year. Lights are green. We're off and racing. It's Ayres, the number 1 car, taking an early lead into turn number 1. Louis Large and Matthew Easton side by side for second. Over the curbs goes Easton, but he managed to retain P2.
Yeah, good start there as Sam Winter tries to get his nose down the inside there of Porter. Couldn't quite do it there, but like you're saying, that was a good start then from that number 3, Matthew Easton. You know, he hung it around the outside. He then went over that inside curb as they went through. But yeah, it was an absolutely very nice, clean start there at the beginning of this one.
Yep, and well, now Ayres' job is to just to sort of sit and not overuse his tyres too much, to make sure that Easton and Louis Large, you know, don't get ahead of him and then pull away, but just, yeah, to maintain a solid pace. You know, this is the race where all these drivers are going to be wanting to, you know, maximise their score. So they're going to be wanting to win this race more than any other because of Dan Tate's absence.
Yes.
You know, Easton and Large still in championship contention. It's still a 4-way fight for the championship, even though one of those 4 isn't in this race. You know, Dan Tate is going to be dropping the score. There's Sam Winter in the number 77, chasing the number 20 kart of Callum Porter. Jack McConnell is there in 3rd, but Ayres is looking strong. He had a retirement yesterday. He has just got that edge over Easton. Oh, Louis Large running wide. That's going to cost Louis Large 3rd position. Jack McConnell moves up into P3. And now Ayres and Easton are trying to break away.
They are indeed. They have managed to do so already. They've cleared about 0.6 of a second from McConnell, who's just got up into P3 now as they go through. 3.5 minutes, 13.5 minutes, I should say. 3.5 minutes. There we go. That was a quick race. Very
Easton.
wide there from Easton. Yeah, no, that was all over that grass there, wasn't it? He managed to get it back on track. We didn't see a replay of what happened in KZ2 in their pre-final, but yeah, no, still very similar. So maybe running the same sort of tyre pressures that what Charlton was going for, letting it come into play a bit later on in this race.
Yep, I can see that. And we go out of, that is the back straight chicane. Now we know we're going into the back straight chicane, sorry. On the top of the knife edge into Gasworks hairpin is just under half a second in front of Easton. But Ayres runs very wide coming out of Gasworks. They're using all the track and that little bit of runoff. Gets back into line now through the horseshoe. Hard of the brakes for Paddock. Keeping those, and of course you can see that left-hand side of the car. The curb on the exit is there, then it drops away, and you know you've got to use all the curb because you know that's the faster. But the minute you go over the curb onto that dirt, we saw it happen with Joe Charlton, almost a catastrophic effect earlier on. So Ayres is just judging that instantly, and you can see little bumps and jumps there. This is, you know, this track is not billiard table smooth, Anthony. It's
not. It is still smooth, but like you say, there is some lumps and bumps here, there, everywhere around this circuit. So, you know, drivers are getting a workout around this track. But like I say, it's very fast as they go through again up this hill and into a heavy braking zone for the Gasworks hairpin. And again, it's downhill through that section as well, so it's very easy to carry too much speed into that corner and you can easily run out wide, but these drivers not doing so, and again using all that edge of that curb as they come back onto the start-finish straight again once more. Gaps starting to form as they all go through. There, at the moment, is 6th place, number 77, Sam Winters.
Yep, Easton just clipping the curb there, coming out of the dog leg down towards St John's Bend, slightly downhill off camber. You know, again, one of those is that they've got an inviting bit of runoff at the exit of St John's because there's obviously a bit of corporate circuit that you sort of join back up to. Louis Large, that one mistake, and it just shows. So there's only 6 drivers in the race, but they're so evenly matched. You know, Louis Large made one, he went wide going through one set of corners. It's really, really cost him. And so he's now having to fight back, and it's taken him a couple of laps already, and he hasn't even got back onto terms with Jack McConnell, who runs in 3rd position. But Ayres, you know, looking back through the last couple of years of results in Rotax 177.
Stat book's coming out,
The
folks.
stat book is out, folks. Now, Henry Ayres, he took his first win He didn't take his first win in Rotax 177 until this event last year. Now, Warden Law last year was the second of 4 rounds for Rotax 177. Matthew Easton took the opening round at Laird, then Ayres won after being nearly a full lap down in the final, was it, Anthony?
It was, yeah.
Then it started raining and he was on wet tyres.
Yeah.
He then won the next round at Clay Pigeon, and the next round after that, the final round at Wilton Mill to take the title. He started off this year, didn't make the podium at Clay Pigeon, missed Mansell Raceway, but then won both finals at Wilton Mill. So, talk about a driver that streaks, not like that streaks, but streak, hot and cold streaks.
Yes.
No wins, then suddenly 3 in a row, then 2 where he wasn't a factor, and now he's won the last 2, and he's looking good here as well.
Yeah. Like you say, he's put in stellar performances so far since he's been back. He dominated at Wilton Mill at the last round. Seeing him back here now at Warden Law, this is going to be his last year for Ayres in karting, because, like you say, so he says. But he was saying that he's just not enjoying himself. But seeing him here at the front, why isn't he?
Maybe he's one of the drivers that needs to try KZ2.
I think he needs to have a pop at KZ2 as well.
But I mean, if Henry Ayres does take the win today, that'll put him on to 6 wins in the British Championship. Now, Kai Hunter is the all-time race winner, the all-time finals winner in the Motorsport UK British Championship since the start of 2019 with 10 wins. Danny Curl and Oliver Greenall have got 8 wins apiece. They're tied for second. Then Henry Ayres would go into all on his own in 4th place behind Kai Hunter, Danny Curl and Oliver Greenall with 6 wins in the British Championship. That is exalted company. And so you might think there's only 6 drivers, but you're looking at absolute quality. That absolute quality.
Yeah, you really are. I mean, like we were saying before, these drivers, they are incredibly quick, incredibly talented. Seeing them race at Warden Law, a very tricky circuit last year, this year as well, just it is a different class of driver. The fact that they are the heavier, the taller of the drivers, of course, running in 177. But the fact that they're still putting in these decent times compared to everyone else, even though the fact that they are carrying more weight on the karts, it just shows pure skill.
Yep,
around these tracks.
Yep, there's Easton in second. There's Louis Large in 4th place. Large, the 2018 British champion, when, of course, the British Championship was run by another organisation, not Motorsport UK. McConnell in 3rd place. Jack McConnell, he won a round in 2019 as well. So again, Jack McConnell. No, did he? He's had a couple of second places and a third, a multiple podium finisher in this division. But Easton, he is on course. So Matthew Easton, he won the opening round of 2020. Hasn't finished better than 3rd since. He's had 4 third-place finishes. So he's on it for his best result since the opening round of 2020 down at Leeds. McConnell, it'll be good to see him back on the podium. He was on the podium at Saturday round at Wilton Mill. Before then, his most recent podium before that was at Clay Pigeon in 2019. Of all places. Ayres, though, look at that, 50.52. That's 0.3 of a second. 0.3 of a second up on, quicker than Matthew Easton on that lap alone. Who's that? Gappinger Racing. Henry Ayres, undisputed world champion. Well, here's the thing. Who was the last kart racer that was a world champion? An official CIK world champion? Disembodied voice in my head said Verstappen. I can't remember anyone called Henry Verstappen racing. I'm waiting for Alan Dove from Karting 1 or Jack Monaghan to come up, because I know the answer. And I'm going to tell you, but we'll carry on the racing. The last Henry to win a karting world championship. There we go. Answers on a postcard or on the YouTube channel. Nope, not the late Henry Surtees. That's another disembodied voice in my head. We'll carry on with the racing. Louis Large, looming large on Jack McConnell for 3rd position. I'm going to give it to the end of this race. You've got 5 minutes, 58 seconds, plus a lap to tell me the last karter called Henry to win a world karting title.
Well,
out of world karting title, that is, not a British karting title. Overtake in 3rd position. There goes Louis Large up to P3. So Jack McConnell, that's a significant move. So Louis Large, 2nd in the point standings, moves up a position. He's going to lose a few points to Matthew Easton as things stand, and to Henry Ayres, but he's onto the podium. So McConnell will try and fight back and make it another 1, 2, 3, 4. KR Sport, of course, the KR Sport, the Rotax arm of KR Sport, run by Jordan Chamberlain. Newport's finest, Jordan Chamberlain. Jordan Chamberlain is the talking about world karting champions. No Welshman has ever come closer to winning a world karting title than Jordan Chamberlain. He was I'm sorry, Jordan, I know you're listening. He was 3 corners away from winning the 2011 world karting title before he was passed by a certain Nick de Vries. And ding, 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 ding. Andrew Mather has been on to Wikipedia and has got the answer. Henry Eastope, the 2012 under-18 world karting champion.
Well, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Henry Eastope, whose ponytail I cut in a drunken stupor won Super One Awards night many years ago, along with Johnny Edgar's dad. We'll say no more about that. His mum Josie wasn't too happy with me because he had to go to the Motorsport Association house for the proper dinner the next night, and I had to cut his ponytail off. Anyway, carrying on, Henry Ayres continues to lead this race by 2 seconds. There's Jack McConnell fighting for third with Louis Large.
Remind me never to grow a ponytail if you're around. Anyway, 4 minutes plus that one additional lap to go. Out of the Gasworks hairpin they go. Here then at the moment the battle for third place. Now at the moment the number 8 Louis Large, he got past about a few laps ago now. He's not managed to make any ways on second place. Matthew Easton at the moment still there in third place. Currently, well, he's about a second or so off from that battle up ahead, but we'll see what they can do at the end of this lap to see if it improves, see if it comes back or anything like that. But McConnell, you can just see there, he's sticking with him, though, isn't he? Sticking with Large. He's not letting him get away.
Yeah, he's like glue at the moment. But, yeah, Easton in second position is starting to fade a little bit. It's 2.31 seconds is the lead that Henry Ayres has over Matthew Easton. Louis Large in third, McConnell fourth. Callum Porter is only 1.4 seconds behind Jack McConnell in fifth position. Then a 5-second gap back to Sam Winter. It's hard for Sam Winter, you know. I mean, Porter is just doing his best, chasing. And Callum Porter, you can't say enough about the progress that he's made. He's only 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds behind, Louis Large and Jack McConnell. Sam Winter, the only real true privateer in the field. He is there. It's tough for him all on his own there. He's in the number 77, the Red Speed chassis. He's 5 seconds behind. We're just under 5 seconds behind Callum Porter. There's Porter on your screens now, going to the back straight chicane. But the best battle, in fact, the only real battle is for third position between Louis Large and Jack McConnell into the horseshoe. Now, McConnell, he's had a couple of laps to sort of reset, and you can see Louis Large with 2 minutes to go in the middle of the track there, so he wasn't really attacking, he wasn't defending. That's going to slow him down. He's got his head down. McConnell is in his slipstream as they go through turn number 1. Now into Brian's. They've got the dog leg next. Will McConnell nip up the inside going into the dog leg? He can't, but Louis Large runs a little bit wide. McConnell gets a good line off now down towards St John's. Through St John's, Large runs a little bit wider than McConnell at the exit of that corner, and here comes Jack McConnell up the inside. It doesn't quite work into Senna 1. Now he'll try the switch back through Senna 2. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Onto the back straight, through the back straight chicane, and then out onto the knife edge around to Gasworks hairpin.
Yeah, good stuff there from McConnell. You could see him at the start of that lap. He repositioned himself in the seat. Right, going for it this lap. Here we go. And like you say, he went for that move into the first of the Sennas. Didn't quite pan out there because Large covered that line quite perfectly. Large looks over his shoulder once more to see if he's going to go for a lunge into turn 1. Doesn't. Goes slightly defensive as well into that turn 1. That's going to allow McConnell to have the momentum here as they go through. Are we going to see another potential move here into the Senna S's? Let's find out then as they come out. Is there a lunge? Okay, so defensive goes Large there. McConnell then switches back to the outside. Again, good defensive driving there from Louis Large. He positions that car perfectly in the way to prevent McConnell coming through at any point there, because that is the point where most of the overtakes do happen. Another place overtakes happen is right here as well at the Gasworks hairpin. But again, no lunges there. A little bit of a gap now forming between the two of them. Large once more positioning that car perfectly to cause McConnell to have to take different racing lines, to lose time, to lose momentum around parts of this circuit. You can just see there in the background as well, Callum Porter, the Ultimate R driver, tucking in, seeing this battle starting to form in front, and is maybe considering a podium potentially, but with 18 seconds left on the board, the last lap board will be out this time around for Rotax 177. But at the moment, Henry Ayres clear at the front by 4 seconds. All eyes at the moment on this battle for third.
Yep, Large versus McConnell for the final place on the podium. Louis Large needs it for championship points. McConnell wants it just because he's had 2 years away and he wants to prove that he can still cut it at the very sharpest end of British kart racing. Out of Gasworks, into the horseshoe. The clock has struck 0. Henry Ayres will be getting the last lap board. It's going to be 6 wins for Henry Ayres in his 177 career, and potentially this is going to catapult him right into the championship lead with Dan Tate not racing in this one. We've got 1 round to go at PFI after this. It's going to be Ayres versus Tate versus Easton versus Louis Large for the British title. At the moment, it's Large versus McConnell for the last place on the podium. Large defends into centre 1. McConnell is running out of time.
He is indeed, only a couple more corners to go, and there it is. He's down the inside here, in towards the chicane. Oh, bit of contact between the two of them. Back onto the track, a hand up in the air there from Louis Large as they go through, but that was a very close call. And up into P3 now comes Callum Porter, up into P4 now, comes Callum Porter as they go through. Checker flag comes out though to Henry Ayres. He takes the final win here. Easton crosses to take P2, and across the line, Jack McConnell, the 14. It's a KR Sport 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Louis Large is not going to be happy with that. Let's have a look at how that unfolded. You can see now McConnell coming into centre 2. Does the switch, the crossover. He's got the inside line into the back straight chicane. Is he alongside? Well, it's very close. There was wheel-to-wheel contact there. Large over the grass. He comes back across in front of McConnell, and then he was lucky not to cause a spin. I tell you who could be smiling the most at the end of that one, and that is Callum Porter, because Porter passed Large for 4 seconds, and if there is any sort of punishment for Jack McConnell after that incident, then Porter could find himself an Ultimate R on the podium. So, a win for KR Sport. That is KR Sport's 17th victory since the start of 2019 in the Motorsport UK British Championship. That puts them 3rd, just behind Dan Holland Racing and Fusion Motorsport on the all-time winners list. It puts Henry Ayres provisionally into 3rd on the all-time winning, 4th on the all-time individual drivers winning list behind Kai Hunter, Danny Curl and Oliver Greenall, and it means that Dan Tate has got it all to do in the last round at PFI. We hope that Dan is okay and that his ribs will be better for that last one, but even in the smallest field we have here in the British Championship, we could be in for the tightest title chase of all when we get to Trent Valley Kart Club next month. There's some of the spectators here. We hope you're enjoying yourselves out on the bank. You can see Leon Henderson, who will be going out in junior Rotax a little bit later on. I say a little bit later on, after we've got Cadet Honda coming up next. So Leon's not got too long to wait. And again, some of the other spectators, really, really good to see here that we've had plenty of support here from drivers that race in the local Warden Law IKR Championship. So, yeah, if you're watching this and you're based up here in the North East, just have a look at Karting North East website, Warden Law IKR Kart Club. That race here, every month. That would be good to come and have a look and, yeah, maybe get into karting, because I have a feeling that over the next few years that the North East is going to become a real hotbed of kart racing. Now they've got the facility to match the passion of the locals, shall we say. Anthony Jordan will be out trying to find Henry Ayres, Matthew Easton, Jack McConnell. Again, be interested to see what Jack McConnell and Louis Large have got to say about that one. Sam Winter finishing in 6th position. Now, we'll also, if anyone is driving home from Warden Law down south at the end of the day, if you pass a silver Vauxhall Astra estate with a number 77 card on its roof rack, please give it a wave. That's Sam Winter. Going back there, and we'll see Sam at the next round, hopefully with a few more privateers who might get the the urge to come out and try themselves against the very, very best. So Ayres, eventually he won that by 5 seconds, which is utterly remarkable, has to be said. The next race out will be Cadet Honda, so 30 drivers on the Cadet Honda grid. That's going to be spectacular as well. And we're going to be hopefully speaking to some of the drivers outside the commentary box area. And so, as we just get ourselves set for the winner's interview, Anthony Jordan has found Henry Ayres down in pit lane.
Yes, indeed, I have Henry. I have Henry Ayres here. Right, Henry, from your point of view, that was quite a cool, calm, collected race, but I think exciting race from your point of view as well.
It was interesting, to say the least. But, yeah, I just had to concentrate the whole time. And then we got the win, and I'm happy with it.
Well, I say you came out of the car. You were saying that, let me catch my breath first, and you've not concentrated for quite a while in that one, and that looked like a tough race to just get those quickest laps in, fastest. When you've got no one to battle with, you can lose concentration quite quickly. I can imagine.
Yeah, definitely, and you don't want to look like an idiot. But I didn't, and I just kept my concentration, and I just was counting down the laps. I knew I had a gap, so I just relaxed a bit. And then I just carried on and then got to the checkered flag. Well,
there you go. You proved it's all right that way. You good concentrated race on that one. Anyone you'd like to thank?
KR Sport, KR Sport Engines, Ashley Whiteman, my mechanic, and my mum and dad.
Excellent stuff. Henry Ayres, our race winner for Rotax 177. Let's have a chat to our second place man. Where's Mr. Easton gone? Oh, he's right here in front of me. There we go. You were hiding in the shadows there. Matthew, again, from your point of view, quite a calm race on that one.
Yeah, good race. Struggled to keep up with Henry, to be honest. His pace has been phenomenal all weekend. And then, to be honest, for the last 10 minutes, I was just trying to hang on to the cart, and my fitness is so bad, as I found out on that one. So I was just trying everything I could do, not to get cramp in my hands and everything like that. So yeah, good race from Henry, and nice to have KR 1, 2, 3 on the podium. So yeah, like to say thanks from the mechanic this weekend, Gary Tang, smashing job. KR Sport, Nigel Horner at HRS Racing Engines, my sponsor North East Business Systems. Thanks for them for coming up today and supporting us. My mum, my dad, just everybody that supports us.
Excellent stuff. Well done, Matthew Easton on second place in 177.
Thank you very much.
Excellent stuff. Let's chat to our third place man, because this is a very, this could be exciting. Come stand here, Mr. McConnell. Right, well, that was a very exciting end to your race on that one. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was a bit rough. We were in third for most of the race. The middle of the race I sort of dropped off a little bit. Pressures were a little bit high on the rear thing. So I kind of knew Louis was there. He did the move sort of 6-8 minutes into the race. So I sort of bided my time. And then at the end he was defending, I got the cut back, but fortunately he kind of squeezed me to the grass, I had nowhere to go, so it was tough racing, but it was enjoyable, and I think we deserved the third place, so sorry that he came off worse as well, but yeah, it's racing, isn't it?
It is racing, and of course now the sun's out here at Warden Law. It's great to end the day on that one, great to end the day on the high, and coming away with a podium, it's a good result. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, no, massive thanks to KR Sport, my dad, Steve as well, has jumped on the Spanish for me this weekend. My dad couldn't make it. And my girlfriend for putting up with me racing.
Excellent, yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it?
She told me to do that because last time at Wilton I didn't, I got in big trouble, so...
Oh, well, there we go, we can thank her as well.
Hopefully I'll not be in trouble then, yeah, I will.
Yeah, excellent, well done, Jack McConnell there, our top three from Rotax 177, and a KR Sport 1, 2, 3, you can imagine they're going to be quite happy with that in the 10.
Move on to Rotax 177 next. The top rookie and finishing in third position, his first podium for Ultimate R, it's Callum Porter. Congratulations to Callum. Now, the top two, it's a KR Sport 1-2, finishing in second place, just 5 seconds behind the winner, it's Matthew Easton. But making it 2 wins in 2 years here at Warden Law. The defending champion who goes into the final round with a real chance of making it 2 championships in a row. The winner today, Henry Ayres, and his mechanic, Ash Whiteman. I said, and his mechanic, Ash Whiteman. Oh. Sorry, Ash. Stand on the step! Congratulations, your Rotax 177 podium.